Hello and welcome back, my dear listeners, to another episode of Self Talk Show where we dive into stories, strategies, and insights that shape the way we think, live, and grow. I'm your show host, Mitali Uhuri, and today we are taking a transformative journey into the book Soul Path by Marco Petrovich, a deeply personal and awe-inspiring exploration of spirituality, self-discovery, and purpose. So whether you're someone who's already on a spiritual journey or just curious about tapping into your inner voice, this episode will have something for you. So let's explore how Marco's adventures, ranging from sacred ceremonies in the Peruvian desert to moments of silence that test the limits of self-reflection, reveal profound lessons about life, resilience, and of course, the soul. But before we dive in, let's meet the amazing author behind the pages of Soul Path. Marco isn't just an author and an international speaker, but he is an adventurer, a seeker, and a creator. At just 29, he sold everything he owned and boarded a one-way flight to Mexico. What followed was over a decade of immersing himself in ancient rites, sacred ceremonies, and wisdom that's hard to put into words. He's not just about inspiration, he's about ignition. Marco uses his experience as an entrepreneur, spiritual guide, and artist to create spaces where others can discover their own soul paths. From his best-selling books, including Embrace of the Elements, to founding Mara Organic, a superfood brand that's all about elevating everyday life, Marco bridges the material and the spiritual. But here's what I love most about him. He doesn't offer roadmaps. Instead, he opens doorways. Whether it's a retreat in the mountains or a ceremonial night by the fire, he invites people to step into their own transformative journeys. His book Soul Path is a reflection of this philosophy, a call to step into the unknown and let it change you. Now that we know a bit about the author, let's talk about the book itself. Marco's book opens with his personal calling, a literal and a figurative one. The calling sets the stage. It starts with an unexpected dream that pushes Marco to book a flight to Peru. But here's the thing, he wasn't looking for spirituality. Far from it. Marco was deep into building his business, focusing on fitness and material success with zero interest in mystical experiences. Yet, life had other plans. The universe seemed to insist, whispering in his dreams and waking hours. How many times do we have that calling? Whether through intuition, a gut feeling, or a random idea that won't let go. For Marco, it wasn't a soft whisper. It was a megaphone demanding his attention. And when he finally listened, he found himself on a path that would forever change him. Isn't it interesting how we can be so focused on one thing and then something comes along unexpected to pull us into something entirely different? How often do we really listen to those quiet nudges in our lives? Allow me to read an excerpt from the section Lean Forward, the question that changed my life. Life threw me a curveball one starless night. Asked me point blank, what can you create from nothing? Imagine that, standing at the edge of the cosmos, challenging the void with nothing but your wits. I paused, the question hanging in the air, palpable and heavy. I had to answer with every breath, every drop of sweat, every beat of my heart, crafting something from the void, like spinning gold from straw. Turns out, crafting one's soul path isn't about finding a well-worn trail. It's about blazing your own, through wide jungles and over stark mountains. It's about those moments when you dance on the edge of the unknown and instead of stepping back, you lean forward. So the book Soul Path is structured as a series of stories with beautiful imagery These stories don't just talk about places or experiences. They offer lessons that shape his views on life, identity, and purpose. Let me walk you through some highlights. In Story The Spirit World, Marco shares his first encounter with the sacred brew Ayahuasca of Peru, an ancient plant medicine that opens his eyes to a world of spiritual potential. But he wasn't seeking enlightenment at that moment. He was just living his life. This encounter forces him to confront his own skepticism and open to the mysteries he had long dismissed. It's a reminder that universe doesn't wait for us to be ready. It meets us where we are and pushes us into growth. Here's another excerpt, a journal note from Story 1 The Spiritual World. The notion of direct feedback from the body seems foreign to some. To me, even though I'd never explored the realms of spirituality, meditation, and various mindfulness practices, feedback from the body was something I instinctively felt was of utmost importance. The body, being the vessel that hosts life, just makes sense to pay attention to. Why wouldn't I? After all, my body owns me. I don't owe it. If I slip or fail to take care of myself, the body will let me know. And I can't live void of this brilliant spacesuit I've been given to experience life. So why not do my absolute best to tend to it? The journey to Peru, the knocking that came through my dreams. I didn't seek out or even particularly want it when it came, but it was undeniable. There was a knowing that if I didn't listen to the calling, I would just end up worse off down the track. Fast forward to another story, The Long Haul, where Marco finds himself deep in the Mexican desert. Here he assists a spiritual guide in harvesting peyote, a sacred plant used for ceremonies. The arduous work of harvesting in the blistering heat becomes a meditation in patience, resilience, and humility. This chapter highlights the value of working with the land and learning from nature, reminding us that sometimes the most profound lessons come from simply being present in the moment. Then there's another chapter, The Vision Quest. In this story, Marco spends 4 days alone in nature, fasting and seeking clarity without food or water. Imagine the stillness. Imagine the silence, the solitude. During this experience, Marco faces his own fears and internal turmoil. But it's through the discomfort that he emerges with new clarity. Sometimes we need to be still and face the void to find our purpose. This story is a real reminder that we all need to disconnect in order to reconnect. Now, let me talk to you about another story, The Thief. This story really hit me hard because it's about trust, betrayal, and the lessons we learn from people who hurt us. Marco recounts his experience with a shaman who betrayed his trust, someone who used their spiritual connection for personal gain. But instead of becoming bitter, Marco reflects on the deeper lesson. Even those who harm us can be teachers. It's a great example of how every experience, even the painful ones, can shape us into stronger, wiser individuals. But not all stories are about mystical revelations. Some are intensely challenging. For instance, in the story Prestige, Marco finds himself stranded in Mexico with only a flute and a sombrero, busking his way out of the trouble. Well, it tells us that creativity and resilience can carry us through even the toughest times. What makes Soul Path so impactful is the depth of its themes. Marco doesn't just share stories, he weaves them into a larger insights about life. Number 1 is silence as a teacher. In the chapter Talk Less, Listen More, Marco reflects on how silence amplifies self-awareness. So by talking less and listening more, he discovered the rhythm of life itself. Number 2, spirituality beyond religion. In the story Spirituality and Religion, Marco compares his childhood experiences in Orthodox rituals to the profound connection he found in the open skies of Peru and Mexico. Here, the lesson is that spirituality is not confined to sacred buildings. It's found wherever we truly listen to nature, to ourselves, and to the universe. Number 3, facing challenges. Stories like the Spirit Tests and the Aftermath highlight the role of struggles in shaping who we are. Marco teaches us that growth often comes from discomfort and that failure is just another step on the path to self-discovery. Number 4, the universal law of purpose. In one of the opening sections titled Musings on Dharma, Marco introduces us to this ancient Sanskrit term, which translates to that which upholds or what is firmly established. Dharma is the cosmic law, the universal order that guides everything from the rhythms of nature to our soul's unique path. Marco reflects on how the quest for Dharma is not about finding a preordained path or blueprint for life. Instead, it's about attuning ourselves to the flow of the universe, understanding that life's lessons are meant to refine us, often through difficult challenges. He asks 2 powerful questions. Number 1, can I let life unfold through me, unforced and unfiltered? Number 2, can I desire what life desires for me? Now, these questions resonate deeply, don't they? They remind us to stop clinging to rigid plans and identities and instead trust the flow of life. Marco's journey is a testament to this. He didn't set out with a map. He let the universe guide him. Just think about this for a moment. When was the last time you let silence teach you something? Or trusted an unexpected twist in your life? Or how often do we resist life's flow because it doesn't match our expectations? One of my favorite parts of Soul Path is the Soul Path Insights section. Marco wraps up his journey with reflections on integrating spiritual lessons into modern life. The lessons he shares is that our soul path is unique. There is no one-size-fits-all map. Instead, it's about embracing the unknown, staying disciplined, and listening to the whispers of the universe. So, here's my challenge for you this week. Take a moment to reflect on your own path. Are you living authentically? Are you listening to your inner voice? Or are you drowning it out with noise? Maybe it's time to talk less, listen more, and trust the journey you are on. So if you're looking for a book that blends adventure, introspection, and spiritual wisdom, Soul Path by Marco Petrovich is one you don't want to miss. It's more than just stories. It's a guide for anyone seeking a deeper connection with themselves and the world around them. Find the link of the book in the episode description. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if today's episode resonated with you. And as always, keep the conversation with yourself alive and thriving. Until next time, take care of your soul and your self-talk.